And despite the geographical distance and the cardinal changes that have taken place both in our countries and around the globe over the past decades, the desire of Belarus and Pakistan to develop mutually beneficial relationships even further has remained unchanged. We see Pakistan as a valuable and reliable partner in South Asia and in the Muslim world. This is a clear and consistent position of our country, of the head of our state, the President, which always resonates with the leadership of Pakistan. Therefore, a significant role in a progressive development of our relationship is being played personally by our two leaders. For example, last year when Pakistan faced the worst consequences of floods, a humanitarian aid was sent to Islamabad on the personal instructions of the President of Belarus. That was an absolutely natural, friendly, and human reaction. And I have no doubts that Pakistan would do the same for Belarus. In recent years, the leadership of Pakistan has done a lot to increase the well-being of people, strengthen the economy, and enhance international image of the country. We sincerely wish Pakistan a speedy progress in implementation of all the planned initiatives to ensure peace, prosperity, and sustainable development. Belarus will always be a friendly partner for Pakistan. We respect the right of countries to choose their own path of development, and we totally oppose interference in internal affairs as well as pressure and coercion in international relations. We are living today in a very challenging and fragile world. Belarus, like many other countries, is defending its sovereignty and facing the illegal pressure of the sanctions. Our country has been subject to unprecedented sanctions aimed to change the political system chosen by our people, to change the path of our development and the independence of our foreign policy. Our country stands against the imposition of sanctions and unilateral coercive measures as instrument of political and economic coercion. We believe that such measures must be abolished as they violate the Charter of the United Nations, the principles of international law, and multilateral trade system. They negatively affect the achievement of sustainable development goals by targeted countries and violate basic human rights. It is a global challenge as the 2030 agenda is at risk worldwide due to the imposition of sanctions. Unilateral coercive measures have a serious impact on global food security, which is currently of particular concern. Nevertheless, the past 2 years have shown our country, together with its allies and friends, is successfully meeting the challenge. We have demonstrated a moderate economic growth, have successfully reoriented our trade flows, and we have defended our sovereignty. Oddly enough, but on this path we have made many new friends and allies, because most countries are in favor of a multipolar world as they are tired of the dictate in international relations. Therefore, reorganization of the system of international relations and the decline of the era of unipolarity are already irreversible. In this regard, Belarus considers Shanghai Cooperation Organization as a regional alliance of influential states, which constantly gains weight in the international arena. We touched upon with the Minister also this issue, and I just wanted to use this opportunity to once again express our gratitude for the support to the Pakistani side, for the bid to join SCO for Belarus as a full-fledged member. The atmosphere of relations between the foreign ministers of Belarus and Pakistan allows us to discuss these and other issues openly, to respect each other's position, and to hold honest debates. During today's productive talks with the Minister, we were able to discuss the whole spectrum of mutually beneficial bilateral cooperation in politics, economics and other spheres. Many things have been reflected in the joint statement of the ministers which we just signed at the ceremony. With satisfaction we noted the unity of views on the international agenda, including within the framework of the United Nations and other international organizations. We agreed to continue the practice of mutual support in international organizations. A significant result, as Minister already pointed out, of the visit was the signing of the agreement on visa abolition for holders of diplomatic and official passports. There is no need to explain that this document vividly depicts a high level of trust between our two countries. The signing of MOU between the Institute of Strategic Studies should also be noted. Fundamentally, we are in favor of a closer and more active interaction between the think tanks. Significant part of our discussion was devoted to trade promotion and economic cooperation. This topic was previously discussed at the joint committee session of our bilateral joint committee on trade and economic cooperation in Minsk in January of this year. It is important to implement all the agreements reached at this session. This is an effective tool that develops our bilateral trade, works for the benefit of businesses and ultimately for the benefit of the people of Belarus and Pakistan. The advantage of Belarus is that we always offer our partners not to focus on a simple commodity exchange, but on the implementation of a more advanced and complex cooperation projects. It always increases mutual benefit, promotes employment, technology exchange, and so on. Therefore, we are also considering potentially an assembly production of Belarus tractors and electric vehicles in Pakistan. Belarusian businesses are interested in supplying agricultural machinery, mining and road construction equipment, pharmaceuticals, woodworking products. At the same time, Pakistani textile, rice, fruits, medical instruments, leather goods and sport equipment are in high demand in Belarus. We are ready for an honest and open dialogue with Pakistani business in all areas without exception. In short, there is a mutual interest and there is great potential, but we need to continue working on its implementation. I look forward to discuss promising bilateral economic projects with the Minister of Economic Affairs tomorrow and the business circles of Pakistan over these 2 days visit. In conclusion, I would like to note that February the 3rd, 2024 will mark the 30th anniversary of the establishment of the diplomatic relations between our two countries. In connection with that significant event, my colleague and I have agreed to implement a plan of activities dedicated to the anniversary of the diplomatic relations. Among them, we will try to organize national exhibitions of our countries and some festive cultural events both in Minsk and in Islamabad. Once again, I would like to thank the Pakistani side for a high-level organization of this visit, and I would like also to take this opportunity to invite the Honorable Minister Zardari to visit Minsk with a reciprocal visit at a mutually convenient time. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Excellency. Thank you, everybody.
पाकिस्तान और बेलारूस के वज़ीर ख़ारजा की मुश्तरका न्यूज़ ब्रीफिंग। बेलारूस के वज़ीर ख़ारजा का कहना था कि बेहतरीन मेहमान नवाजी पर वज़ीर ख़ारजा का शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ।